Hello there, students. Let's start the Cisco Packet Tracer tutorials. Alright, this is the first tutorial. I will show you what is the software, how you can make use of it, and what is the user interface is set up with. Alright, so once you download the Cisco Packet Tracer and install, so you can launch the application. So I will start from that step. So we launch the application, and to make use of the software you have to log into the system. So if you are taking any Cisco Academy courses, then you can choose the option on the left over here. But if you are using it just for your own purposes, for learning the computer network simulation, then you can stick with the option on the right, the green option, skills for all. Alright, so I need to log into this Cisco Packet Tracer, so I'll choose the option on the right, and once you press that button you will be redirected to the browser, the default browser that you are using on your system, right? And then there you have to provide the login and credentials, right? So I already have my own login and credentials, so I will pick those and I will log into the system. Once you log into the system, the browser will just show you this message that login was successful. You can close this window, or you can put it aside, and the software now will allow you to use the features. Otherwise, if you don't log in, you close that window that asks you to log in, then you will be quit from the software too as well. So this is the basic look of the Cisco Packet Tracer. So we have the list of menus over here. We have a list of options. The basic options that we make use of is the selection option and to delete the items, item option. And we also make some drawings. We can also make some drawings on the surface. So here we have the something to leave notes, right? Let's say some sort of IP address, right? You can leave as a note. And you can also put some shapes, right? So you can choose to fill the color, and let's say you want to fill it with the green, right? So you set the parameters. Now you can draw it, and you can close that option, and then by choosing the select option you can reallocate the your drawing, right? So don't get confused. Whenever you select any item on the Cisco Packet Tracer, the color of that item will turn to white, the background color. For example, this shape is a green color, so once I choose it, it turns to white, but actually it's in the green color. All right, so let's delete these shapes and text. Now the Cisco Packet Tracer is mostly used for simulation of the computer networks. So we will start with the basic simulation, right? So what we have here now is a list of devices. On the bottom left corner you can see a variety of devices, like the networking device, we have the routers, we have the switches, and other networking devices, and we have the end devices, as it's called. Here we have computers, different type of computers, laptops, PCs. We have the something for the smart home, right? Smart fan, smart lock, etc. So you can choose any of the device that you want to simulate. So for the start we will choose the end devices, the 2 PC I want you to show the simulation. So here you have to make a network established between these devices. So for doing that, choose the connections option. So here we have the connections. You can manually choose the type of wiring you want to set up. Some of the wirings are not compatible with some of the devices, but we have the lightning icon. If you choose that, it will pick the connection type for you automatically. All right, now 2 devices are set up. So we have the connection set up between two devices. So these devices can communicate with each other. But before that, we have to give the IP addresses for these devices. So whenever you click the device that you put over here in the working area, So the window opens, you just need to click once. So window opens, it shows what kind of hardware you can install to the device, and some configuration section. We have a settings, algorithms, fast Ethernet and Bluetooth, and some programming section, attributes section, and the main important part is the desktop, right? And so this is called here the desktop, but you can call it as a programs, right? So if you work on a Windows machine, right, a list of programs. If you work on a Mac, then just the apps, right? So it's a list of software that you can make use of with this PC. We have the web browser, we have the editor, text editor here, we have the command prompt. Don't confuse the command terminal with the command prompt, right? So writing the ping comments, we don't pick the terminal, we usually pick the command prompt, right? So we also have other applications like email, and we have the IoT monitor as well. So I'll pick the IP configuration. You can set up the IP either from this config section and choose the fast Ethernet. You can write the IP address here, but I would recommend you to do that with the IP configuration from the desktop, right? List of programs, the list of programs section. So we choose the IP configuration, and IP configuration, we have to give the IP address for these two computers. So I'll give the default IP address 192.168.1 and 1. So subnet mask is already selected. You can either hit the enter, or you can just close the window. So there's no usually any save button over here. So whatever you type, make sure that your typing was done correctly. Otherwise, whatever you have inserted as an input will be considered as some source value, right? So there's no save button, so whatever you write will be automatically save it in the box area. So we shift to the next computer, right? So this is the PC1. PC0 is set up. So for the PC1, we give the IP address, right? So this one is going to be number 2. So this one is 1.1 and this one is 1.2, right? So IP addresses are given, right? You can give ping comment, right? So we go to the first computer, the computer with a PC0 name, right? So we go to the command prompt, and then we can send some packets to the other computer, right? So we type the IP address of that computer, and then we hit the enter. So 4 packets send and receive it. And the same thing you can do from the second computer. And from the layout of the Cisco Packet Tracer, to take a look, we also have option here on the right bottom corner, the real-time and the simulation. So this one applies to the visual sending of the packets, right? So over here on the tool set, on the way for the selection and deletion, we also have these two icons for the PDU packet sending, right? So usually this option is used quite often, right? So you can visually see how packets are transferring. So you can choose this option and tell two devices that they want to communicate with one another, and then you can, the scenario have been created here. You can press the play button, and the packet will be sent back and forth, and that's the simulation part of the this Cisco Packet Tracer. So the simulation is done, so you can choose the reset simulation, right? And you can also delete this simulation by choosing the delete button over here for the scenarios. You see the icon of the envelope has gone, right? But make sure one thing is very important. The Cisco Packet Tracer is designed several decades ago, and they tried to stick with the design principles. So some of the things might be not modern, right? So whenever you want to do the ping simulation, make sure you have selected the real time, not the simulation section, right? So even though the simulation section have been now closed here, the window has been closed. So if I try to do the ping command now with the the command prompt, right? So it expects me to handle this ping comment with the simulation, because I have a simulation selected here, right? So I have to go here, put the window back and either reset the simulation, or I have to choose the real-time option from over here, right? So I'll choose the real-time option, and I go back to the command prompt of the PC0, and then I press the same ping, command, and 4 packets send and receive it, right? So make sure whenever you want to send and receive packets between the devices, you haven't selected by mistake the simulation section, because even though you close it, right, you can close it from over here, the selection will still be chosen. All right, that's all for this tutorial. So we have basic simulation, and yeah, one more thing I would like to add over here, which is the physical side of the simulation. So physical side, it just shows in the real world how these two devices are located. So we can go to the physical side, we can go to the locations. So we have the city, we have the building, and we have the room, right? So the room here is call it as a closet, right? So don't get confused, right? So we have a closet. If you don't set up the devices to particular rooms or closets, then they would be hanging out here, as you can see the icons, right? So we have now just 2 PCs, but there might be multiple, so they would be hanging out here. So for you to expect to set them into the rooms, right? So we can go into the room, so it's empty now, so we can go to the back, and how we can assign these 2 computers to the room, right? So it doesn't work like dragging it here to the top of the room. How it works is we have the button over here called the control panel, navigation panel. So you click on it, and then it shows you this window. It's like a tree data structure showing a city, right? And then as a branch, the office building, and then the branch is the closet, which is in this case the room, right? You simply need to drag and drop the items that you want to assign to a particular room, right? So PC0 and PC1 should be in the main wiring closet, so we'll just drag it and choose the specified room, right? So I've done it. For the second one, I also have done it, right? So now the table is created inside the room, and then these 2 PCs probably stack one top of another in the same in the same room on the table, right? Yeah, that's the way how a physical side of the Cisco Packet Tracer works. And you can also add the rack as well. So this is the option to add the table, and this is the option to add the rack, right? Rack is usually used to store the switch and the power outage and the server computers. Yeah, the physical side looks this way, and then we go back to the logical side. And usually the practical way is not only setting up the logical side, but it's better you set up the physical side as well to show how actually the simulation is located in the real world, right? So with that said, that's all. So this is the tutorial on how to set up 2 computers connection, and just basic information about the Cisco Packet Tracer, right? See you in the next class.